Welcome to Algebra 2. This is Chapter 8.4, Rational Expressions. In this section, we're going to find the domain of each expression, and then we are going to factor and simplify by canceling common terms. Got it, number 1a. We're going to first find the domain. So again, to find the domain of rational expressions, we're going to look at the denominator. And what can't x equal? Well, x can't equal 0, because if x equals 0, everything is being multiplied by it, so that makes the whole denominator 0, which makes the term undefined. So we already stated our domain. Next step is to start canceling like terms. So we have 24x cubed y squared divided by negative 6x squared y cubed. 24 and 6 can be canceled, and that leaves a 4 on the top. X cubed and x squared, 2 can be taken away from the bottom and 2 can be taken away from the top, which leaves 1 behind. And y squared, 2 can be taken away from the top and taken away from the bottom, which leaves y to the first. So we have 4 on the top, x to the first, and on the bottom we have negative y. Got it, number 2. We actually have to factor first before we can find our domain. So on the top, factors of 8, that would give us 2. That would be a positive 4 and a negative 2. So on the top we have x plus 4 and x minus 2. On the bottom, factors of 6, that would give us a negative 5, would be negative 2 and negative 3. So we have x minus 2 and x minus 3 on the denominator. So now we can state our domain. X cannot equal 2. X cannot equal 3. And now we're going to cancel. So x minus 2 can cancel with x minus 2 on the top. And we have the equation x plus 4 divided by x minus 3. Last example. We can factor out a common number. So they both have in common. And let's rearrange. Let's rearrange first. So 4x plus 12. Take the negative with it, so it'll be a negative 4x plus 12. Now we can take out a negative 4, and we're left behind x minus 3. On the denominator, we have the difference of squares. So take the square root of x squared, and you have x. Take the square root of 9, and you have 3. So we have x plus 3 and x minus 3 on the denominator. So let's rewrite that. Negative 4, x minus 3, and on the bottom, x plus 3, x minus 3. State your domain. X cannot equal 3, x cannot equal negative 3. And now we can do our cancellation. So x minus 3 cancels, and we're left with negative 4 divided by x plus 3. In the next example, we have multiplication going on, so we're not just dealing with two terms, we're not just dealing with one equation, we're dealing with two. So we're still going to solve it the same way. It's just double the work. So we have 2x minus 8. We're going to first factor everything. So on the top, we can take out a 2, and we're left with x minus 8, or x minus 4, sorry. On the bottom, we have the difference of squares. Take the square root of x squared, and we get x. Take the square root of 16, we get 4. So we have x plus 4 and x minus 4. On the second term, or the second rational expression, factors of 4 be 4 and 1. So x plus 4 and x plus 1 are your factors on the top. And factors of 16, that would give you 8, is 4 and 4. So we have x plus 4, x plus 4. All right, so because everything is being multiplied together, these terms can be canceled wherever you can do that. So the top and the bottom on both sides are free free game. So x minus 4 can cancel with x minus 4. X plus 4 and x plus 4 can cancel. And that's all we can do. So we have 2, x plus 1 left over on the top, x plus 4, and x plus 4 left over on the bottom. Oh, I forgot to state the domain. So from the original equation, we need to do the domain of the entire denominator from both rational expressions. So for the first one, x can't equal a negative 4, and x can't equal a positive 4. And the second one, we have negative 4 and negative 4. So we only have to write it once. So there's your domain, and there's your simplified expression. And got at number 3, instead of multiplication, we have division. So like any division problem that we have with fractions, we're going to flip the second term, and we're going to multiply instead of divide. So this is our new expression. First step is to factor. So we're going to factor the top into x plus 4 and x plus 1. We're going to factor the bottom into x plus 4 and x minus 3 because that equals 12 when multiplied together and adds to 1. On the top, we can take out 2x, and we're left behind x minus 3. And on the bottom, we have difference of squares, which can be factored into x plus 1 and x minus 1. All right, so let's state our domain, which is also known as restrictions. So whenever they say find the or state any restrictions on the variable, they're talking about the domain. So x cannot equal a negative 4 from the first one and a positive 3. It cannot equal a negative 1 and a positive 1. So those are domains. Now we can start to simplify. So x plus 4 and x plus 4 can cancel. X plus 1 cancels. X minus 3 and x minus 3 cancels. So on the top we have left 2x. On the bottom we have x minus 1. And don't worry about 3b, the reasoning question. Let's just move on to got it number 4. So we want to know which place space provides more efficient use of fencing, a square or equilateral triangle. Well, they give you the equation for the area of an equilateral triangle in terms of one side. It's 1/2 s times square root of 3 over 2s. And the perimeter of an equilateral triangle is 3s. Whereas a square, so that was the area, and the perimeter is 3s. Whereas a square is s squared for the area. I'll do that in blue. Side times side. And for the perimeter would be 4s. So basically what we have to do in this problem is find the ratio of the area. So we're going to find the ratio of the area divided by the perimeter. So basically it says that the bigger the area and the smaller the perimeter, the more efficient it's going to be. So let's find our ratio of our equilateral triangle first, which I did in red. So we have the area of the equilateral triangle on the top, so 1/2 s times the square root of 3 over 2s. If we multiply those together, you multiply the top first, so 1 times the square root of 3, the square root of 3. S times s is s squared. And on the bottom we have 2 times 2, which is 4. So that's the area, and we're going to divide that by 3s. So this is looking confusing, so if I did that, all right. So we have this top, right, and it's being divided by 3s. Well, another way we can write that, because this is 3s over 1, we can write it as the square root of 3s squared over 4 times the reciprocal, so 1 over 3s. So let's cancel. We have an s on the bottom and 2 s's on the top, which leaves 1. And we have the square root of 3 over s divided by 4 times 3 is 12. And for our square, we have the area is s squared and the perimeter is 4s. So if we did our ratio of area divided by perimeter, we'll put s squared on the top and 4s on the bottom. So the s's can cancel, and we're left with s divided by 4. So now we need to see which one is bigger. We're going to compare the triangle to the square. The triangle's efficiency was square root of 3 divided by 12, and our square is s over 4. So if we forget about the s for a little bit, what our fractions say is square root of 3 divided by 12, which equals about 0.14. So this can actually be written as 0.14s. And if for the square we forget about the s, we have a fraction of 1 over 4, which equals 0.25. So that can be written as 0.25s. So I just made the fractions into decimals, and we saw that the square has a higher ratio, which makes it more efficient. So the square is the better shape for our fence. And that's all I got for 8.4. Good luck.